welcome to ET Studios AI Horizons in association with ETCIO, a show that explores the cutting edge of artificial intelligence and its impact on our world. Now, in earlier episodes, we have explored AI's impact on beauty, health, manufacturing, and even water. And today, we are thrilled to have Prajjwal with us. Prajjwal is a key player at Rudrabhishek Infosystem Private Limited, a company at the forefront of digital transformation, providing innovative software and technology solutions across industries. Now, Prajjwal's expertise lies in leveraging AI to enhance efficiency and create intelligent solutions. But today's conversation takes a specific focus. We'll be diving deep into how AI is revolutionizing the AEC sector, that is, architecture, engineering, and construction. From design optimization to smarter construction processes, AI is transforming the way buildings are planned, built, and managed. So, Prajjwal, it's a pleasure to have you with us on our show today.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, Prajjwal, it's really interesting how AI is revolutionizing the whole world, how it's impacting our lives. But I really want to understand from you how AI is actually helping and changing the way we build, we construct buildings, and we manage them.
So AI is having a two-level impact. It's helping us design better and also construct more effectively and efficiently and deliver projects on time.
Okay.
So in a traditional construction process, you get an architect, they design, make 2 or 3 designs, you choose one of them, and then you start the construction process. With AI, you can automate that process.
Okay.
Rather than doing 2 or 3 designs, you're testing and choosing from 30 different designs. You're optimizing energy efficiency, the sunlight that different parts of the building get. That level of optimization you cannot do with AI. And as we move forward, I think generative design, which we're going to talk about later, is going to transform the way we do engineering design analysis also.
Okay.
And then on the construction side, you're able to plan better, you're able to understand costs better, and mitigate any risks to prevent project overruns.
Okay. So you like RIPL talks about and does digital transformation in a really big way. But when it comes to AI, I really want to understand what kind of solutions do you offer?
So we understand that AI alone creates no value for the company.
Yeah.
It works when the C-suite executives are on board, and it integrates with all the digital systems that a company has. So you might have your ERP for managing your construction or managing your business processes, your HRMS to manage your employees. You might have other softwares for your finances. What AI does is it sits on top of them and tries to optimize in areas where those systems fail.
Okay, so when we talk about AI, there has been a lot of chatter about how people are now gonna get dismissed from their jobs because of this whole AI thing. But I remember just before this interview, we were speaking about how people and AI are working together. So can you please explain us about that?
Yes. So if you go back to the 80s, ATMs were coming along, and everyone assumed that every bank branch will be closed and ATMs are going to run all the banks. It's been 30, 40 years since then, and I think we have way more branches than we had in the 80s. Technology only enables us to create more jobs by optimizing the boring old jobs that existed. So in your industry, stuff that you really hate, it takes a lot of time to do, AI is going to optimize that. But it's going to create avenues for other kinds of jobs. And the same thing is in construction as in any other industry.
All right, then what are those key areas? When we talk about construction, what are those key areas we can look at leveraging AI? You were talking about construction management, something about designing also, but what is actually that?
Yes, so if you look at the entire life cycle of a construction project, right from the beginning where we are doing feasibility studies, a lot of this data is unstructured. A feasibility study means trying to understand whether we should even do that project or not. We don't have a lot of data. AI helps us extract information from this unstructured data and improve our analysis.
Okay.
Then we go to the design phase. In the design phase, what I was discussing earlier about generative design, that's where I think we're going to see a major disruption. Think about it, you're an architect, and while you're designing, the software is designing with you. It's like autocomplete on steroids.
Okay, that's a line I'm going to take. Yeah.
So rather than you designing just one building drawing, you're designing 30 of them. You can choose from whichever one you think is better, whichever one suits the client better. And then when you start construction, you actually have to plan the entire project. Construction projects are long, they can take decades. And what this helps you do is give you visibility on what's going to happen 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road. We don't have that right now. And so it prevents project overruns, it keeps cost in control, and you're able to manage your material supply chain better.
All right, so this is what we can get when we leverage AI.
Yes.
But I really want to understand, like, what are those specific areas in construction where we can leverage AI?
Yeah, so on the design side, both in architecture design as well as in engineering designing, GIS, for example, which is used in city planning, various other fields. AI is going to both transform your ability to design things quickly. So rather than you taking a couple of months, which what ideally takes to design a building, you're going to be able to do this in a couple of days. And also the volume of design. So you're not going to design 5, you're going to design 30. And then on the construction side, it's going to help in project planning. And project planning specifically, your ability to predict in case there's a upcoming risk in the project life cycle.
Okay, so AI is being used in predictive analytics also.
Yes.
All right. You were also talking about GIS. But where in GIS can we actually look at leveraging AI, or do we really need to actually leverage AI in GIS?
So if we look at GIS, the idea of GIS, the full form is Geographical Information Systems. We have maps. Before GIS, we had regular paper maps, which we used to do. We used to plan the cities, we used to navigate seas, etc. GIS started about in the 80s and the 70s, and the idea was to bring that into the digital sphere. AI is just the next step forward. So rather than you manually creating GIS maps, manually doing that analysis, or restricted by your compute power, you can now automate a lot of that process with an AI tool. So what you were doing in 30 days, you can now do it in a day. Certain types of analysis, which would require a lot of manpower, can be done quicker. But it's a natural progression from paper maps to GIS maps to now AI-enabled analysis on those maps.
Okay. Also, I want to talk about building information modeling, like BIM is one of your expertise at RIPL, right? So, like, please explain us what it is, first of all, for the rookies like us, and then how are we kind of leveraging AI in this particular aspect to kind of enhance efficiency and bring in more intelligent solutions for the clients as well.
Yes. So how familiar are you with construction drawings?
Like, not much.
Have you seen a 2D construction drawing on paper?
Yeah.
So just think about a 3D drawing.
Okay.
So it's what we call as a digital twin.
Yeah.
What that means is you have a building.
Yeah.
It's physically there.
Yeah.
A digital twin, what is also a BIM model, is essentially that in a VR headset.
Okay.
That is BIM. And once you take a 2D paper drawing to a BIM model, which is in VR, you can see things. You can understand the dimensions. You can see where things are going wrong, which you cannot do on paper or on a 2D drawing. And AI actually helps us analyze BIM models much better. So in a typical construction projects, you have a lot of vendors. You have a lot of engineering drawings. You have different departments working together. It's very difficult for them to work together and not design things that kind of clash with each other.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want the window to be in the middle of a building. It needs to be at the end. But such mistakes can happen occasionally. And a lot of issues also happen during the construction process.
Yeah, correct.
So a 3D BIM model can help us analyze these issues, these clashes, and then resolve it before the construction starts.
So, Prajjwal, you have an expertise in AI. We are talking about so much of AI. We are talking about digital transformation. But right now, like in this conversation, we are really focusing on AEC, architecture, engineering, and construction. But how all your other colleagues or other employees who are involved in these processes, like starting from architecture, engineering, construction, how do you make them understand how these processes are going to work and how leveraging AI can actually help them or is helping them?
So the way to implement AI is so that the end user does not know they're using AI.
Okay.
A simple example for a rookie is you use your mobile phone. You use autocomplete there. That's AI driven. None of us know that.
Yeah.
The same thing is for architects. They use a CAD software or a BIM software to design their buildings. Generative AI predicts what they are trying to design and suggests solutions so that they can design more effectively. But they don't know it's AI driven or it's just regular old computer software.
For them, it's a new technology.
For them, it's just an addition that makes their life easy.
Okay, makes sense. And also, can you please give us examples, a few case studies of your clients where you have helped them leveraging AI and making their operations more efficient and, you know, kind of bringing in intelligent solutions to kind of increase their efficiency?
Yes, so in a lot of construction companies in India, certain processes are still pretty rudimentary. They have adopted digital solutions in the last decade, but they're still not fully utilizing it. So what happens is their what's called store material management or their construction processes are still paper-driven in very many areas. It's on emails, it's on Excel sheets and PDFs or engineering drawings like BIM drawings. If you try to implement a traditional ERP system, a traditional HRMS system, you cannot do that because all the old information is in a format that you cannot read. It's in physical files, it's in a PDF. We design solutions for some of the clients where their existing teams could keep using the Excel sheets, could keep using the PDFs or the physical files, paper files that they were using, but the data could be captured and then read by through an AI system in their business management tools. So for the end team, they were doing the same thing what they've been doing for the last many years.
Many years, yeah.
But they could leverage AI and get an analytics and analysis from it.
All right, they could retrieve the whole data and use it. All right, and what are those like upcoming projects you're looking at leveraging AI? Is there something new for us to know about?
So something that we're looking at, not in the near term, but maybe if you take a decade's view, is applications of robotics in construction. In India, it's very new.
Yeah.
Even robotics is AI driven. You cannot have robotics without AI. In India, it's fairly new, but in other countries like Japan, we've had some examples in the Bay Area in the US. Robots have been used to make construction, to do construction.
Okay.
It can work 24/7. It can work in extremely hard conditions. It was almost 50 degrees in Delhi. It's very hard to be a construction worker in this weather. But a robot can do that. And I think a decade down the road, we can see some of that technology coming to India also.
And we are again talking about displacing humans, right?
Yes, but that human can then upskill and do some of the more challenging things of construction rather than putting a brick on top of a cement pile.
All right. On that note, thank you so much, Prajjwal, for joining us in this conversation. In the previous episodes, we explored how AI is kind of impacting the beauty industry, the manufacturing industry, the health industry, and also water. We had someone who was really talking about how AI can be leveraged in kind of reducing the whole water scarcity problem in Bangalore. And this is new for us. So thank you so much for joining us in this episode. And to our viewers, stay tuned for more such videos only on ET Studios AI Horizons in association with ETCIO.